Welcome back, Indie Game Fanatics, to another first look video. In this one, we're going to be checking out the demo for dotAGE. In dotAGE, you're the village elder. Help us. They're saying, village elder, help us. Build your village and lead your pips to fight off hundreds of events in dotAGE. The merciless town builder, dotAGE is a turn-based roguelike village builder. Will you fulfill the prophecy? dotAGE is developed and published by, I want to say, Michelle Perovano. Apologies, as not good with names sometimes. Hopefully that is correct. And yeah. I believe the full game is out now. Let me double check that. Yes, so as of last year, dotAGE, the full game came out. We're going to check out the demo today and see what this game is all about. Had my eyes on it for a little while now. Seen it pop up a few times in my feed, and I've always been interested in it. So let's check out the demo today. Okay, so it looks like 1.4 is out. It's a short demo to give you a taste of the game. Enjoy. Choose your elder. Now, because it's a demo, I only have access to the first one. Mattis. Let me tell you the story of how our very own village was born. I was so young back then. This is the tale of a curse that we were destined to face and how we overcame it through cooperation. Traits of this elder is the terrain's the valley. He's grumpy. Mass has a very short temper and no patience for slackers. These buildings are known when the story starts. Signpost. Nose forager. Starting resources, 16 wood and 20 berries. Duration, default 280 turns. I don't know how many of those you are allowed to play through in the demo, but that is what the run would be if you were playing the full game. Difficulty, a normal survival experience suited for most players. Difficulty multiplier, 100%. Stats, attempts, wins, win streaks, best score. Prepare for a challenge. dotAGE is a long and merciless game. By choosing the normal difficulty, you acknowledge the risk of losing multiple times unless you are experienced with strategy games. Are you sure you want to play at this difficulty? Sure. Let me tell you a story. It begins before any of you were born. We had been traveling for days in strange lands. This is the story of how our village was born. The story of how we defeated the prophecy. Prophecy is buttocks anyways. It all began in a lush secluded valley that we found after several days of traveling. Just a few more steps, slackers. We are almost there. My feet hurt. Oh, I was so young then, I convinced some pips to follow me into the valley. So pips is short for people. This is it. This is the place I told you about. We have to stop here. Impertinent. Follow my example and all will be well. Now get to work. We started work straight away on the construction of our village. I think this is the first time I'm telling you this story, isn't it? You better pay attention because I'm not going to repeat it twice. You can always press this button to skip the tutorial. The village was in a secluded faraway valley. Use WSD to pan to the edge of the screen, or right-click to move, and scroll wheel to zoom in and out. I was the elder of the new village. Let me tell you what I did to make it thrive. The bivouac was our first structure. It defined the boundaries of our village, where we could safely build, place it on any available terrain near berry bushes. Okay, so you have to build it with berry bushes being within a certain amount of space. And obviously it dictates where you can build. So you want to place it in a way that incorporates the rest. We're going to build it right here. We pips used to live in dwellings like this one. Hover over the dwelling and you will see that it is already full of pips. 4 of 4. Pips, yes, my fellow villagers. I used to tell them what to do every day. I remember the first time I sent a pip to get food. To assign a pip to a building, structure, or plant, activate it. Pips followed my wise advice without question. The pip's now working. You can activate the tile again to remove pips. Pips work to produce resources daily. However, hover over a building to see what it produces in the top right corner. We found a few bushes full of berries, enough to last us the first few days. Bushes had limited uses. The number at the top left shows how many uses are left. Okay. We collected the resource we produced each day in a common pool in the village. Each pip ate 1 piece of food every day. Available food is automatically allocated. I made sure that each pip was assigned to their daily tasks, see how many working pips there are in the village, and how many are idle. So 3 idle. I also record the current day and season. The game progresses in turns, so do not worry about time passing too quickly. Once I was satisfied with the daily tasks, we got right to work. Pass the turn by clicking on the sun. Okay, so it's a turn-based game. Hold on. There was more. I remember it now. Memory retrieved. I can recall what happened. In my old age, I tend to get a little forgetful, and I tell you our story. Old memories will resurface, so watch out for those epiphanies. Pips can now build structures. Every pip has the ability to build a building. Once you have chosen a building, you can place it anywhere in the village. An unoccupied pip will go there and build it, and it'll take a few days. Yeah, thinker post to come up with new ideas. Okay, so you can get bonuses to it by placing it in certain locations? Or no, you can only place it in certain locations. Wonder why that is. Each structure had a different cost to build. This one took a day and a few wood resources. Buildings were used by pips to produce. This one produced 1 knowledge in 1 day. They also had special requirements. The post could not be placed immediately next to another building. Thinking pips needed silence. Carefully decide where to place the post. Place it. If a pip is free, it will be assigned. Can't be placed next to another building, huh? Gotta put it here. So 1 day left. You want to know how I made my decisions? Well, I have collected my wisdom in the Agepedia. Access it here. My Agepedia contains information about buildings, resources, and more. When you see a question icon on your cursor, press right-click to access the Agepedia page for the hovered item. Take a look, Then go back to your village and start building. Okay. Sorry about that. Alright, now what? What does a signpost do, I wonder? No idea. Alright, some buildings can take different inputs and produce different resources as well. When this happens, you can use the action button to rotate the available production using this action button. Huh. Well, that was weird. Alright, so we're still waiting on that to finish building. Alright, memory retrieved, research. Knowledge and research. Pips came to these lands with little knowledge, but they can be very brilliant if they take their time. Some buildings produce knowledge that can be used to discover new buildings. Some pips focused on harvesting knowledge that we could use to discover new buildings. Can do. Okay. Each building required the production of a certain amount of knowledge to be discovered. I alone choose where to focus the research efforts. Hover over the building button to see its details, then activate it. Brewed well. As we discovered new buildings, we gained access to even more brilliant ideas. I can't remember them now, but we had a lot of different ideas. I'm sure they will come to me later. New research ideas will appear after you complete the previous ones. Okay. Used up that bush. Alright, so it looks like she just moved over to the next one. Alright, research complete on crude well. Research growth, new research section is available. Research education. Terrain bonuses. Some terrain may have special properties that can affect the output of buildings. If a building that can take advantage of that terrain is built on top of it, its output will increase. Oh yes, I remember now. We had ideas for many different types of structures. Sometimes I remember a new research section, and it appears in the research tree. Research variation. Tomato field. These buildings may appear as alternatives in the same research slot of a different story. Okay. Tilled soil. These buildings might appear as alternatives in the same research slot in a different story. So we can research tilled soil or tomato fields. +1 if water maker within 1. Seasonal, spring, summer, and autumn as a crop. Remedy rug. These buildings might appear as alternatives. What's a remedy rug? And health. +1 if hemp maker within 2 tiles. Requires dwelling within 2. Hunting tent. Raw white meat. What does this do? Okay, so that's our homes. Hunting critters within 2 tiles. Okay, so you can turn those chickens into meat for growth. Let's go for the tomato fields, because we can take advantage of a crude well. It's just outside the water there. Maybe I should have built down here. You got the extra water there, you got a bunch more chickens and berry bushes. Instead of all these extra tiles for buildings. Let's see, I don't think I have anybody available, so we're gonna turn off the hemp production. Get that well built in 2 days. Alright, so we got the well built. I don't think we actually need its resources yet, but we'll start harvesting them for now. What's up? Whoa. What is this? The apocalyptic vision. Remember it vividly. I remember it vividly. Events will appear. Our village is cursed. Many events with unpredictable consequences can occur when you pass the turn between each day and the next. Events can be anything: a shift in the winds, the creation of a new bond, the symptoms of a new disease, or just the usual earthquake. Most events have negative effects, so pray you are lucky. I saw the future and the world is doomed. The apocalypse is coming. You brought us here to die? We are here for a reason. We can stop this. Ooh, hello, prophecy. According to what I saw, we will encounter many events in the near future. I carefully noted all the days of the year. This is the current day. I wrote down all my visions. Each one would come on a certain day. The first one was only a few days away. And a doom event awaits us at the end. We must prepare for it. A doom was destined to come in the near future. The event will come in 40 days. It will be tied to the fear domain. Okay. Work hard and the dooms can be defeated. This is what I saw. Prophecy, we need to work hard to survive. My visions were tied to the domains, the forces that threaten the village. This one was sleeping. Your domain. In difficult times, the howling of the wind and the harshness of life can quickly drive a pip mad. The fear domain feeds on the inner struggles and social tensions of your pips. When its threat is high, pips will commit atrocious acts controlled by their fears. Place buildings that make your pips happy and entertained to combat fear events. Pips can also find happiness in positive social relationships, including pets. An omen may appear within the prophecy. Nothing can be done about an omen. The event will arrive and it will make things worse, just as predicted. Omens will always increase the threat of the domain they are associated with, making subsequent events stronger. It is just the way it is. Okay. So how do I make individual pips happy? How do I see like my people and what they want? So that's what it mentions. Okay, here we go. So we got handyman, commoners. Nothing. None of them have any ailments, quirks, or relationships. Okay. So I'm not sure what I can be done. But we've got 39 turns now left to figure that out. Alright, pips can grow plants. Plants work a little differently than buildings. Once they are planted by a pip, they will grow on their own until they are ripe. When a plant is ready to be harvested, you can send pips to collect the fruit. However, they run out and need to be replanted. So these need to be replanted? Alright, so that will replace this in several days. Go ahead and turn off the wood cutting. Oh, we don't have enough seeds. Crap. I guess go gather hemp for now. I don't know what else to do. I didn't realize we needed seeds to be able to plant the tomatoes. I guess we can aim for growth. Any hunting? Why is he mad at that? I don't get it. All right. Work on the house. Oh, what's going on here? Crow sighting. Fear threat increases permanently by 1. Consequences nothing. Traits wild fear. Pips can make new babies. Creatures can appear at the start of the story or with events or buildings that welcome them. Making a baby. Ah, the power of love. If a dwelling has enough empty space, pips can make a baby, and they should. If we want the village to thrive, send 2 pips with some extra food to that building, and they'll spend the next night together and make a new pippin. Any 2 free pips will do, no matter what they look like. Pips can be very fertile. Buildings must be placed within a maximum distance from buildings with the road trait, such as dwellings, or pips won't be able to reach them. By building more of such buildings, you can expand your road network to reach new terrains. Ah. Okay. Good to know. Okay, I did that. Uh-oh. Wants me to follow the tutorial. I did free some pips. That's why there's 2 of them available. I'm confused. What seems to be the issue here? Let's do this. Okay, so that's what they wanted me. Right-click on it to open the action menu that way, instead of opening the advanced actions panel. Accumulate power. When awake, each domain accumulates its associated resource called power. For example, the fear domain will generate fear. High fear will cause bad events. Some buildings can help you influence upcoming events. They can produce some resources against the power of the domain. For example, they can produce hope to fight fear. You need special buildings to fend off events. You can make a puddle. That's funny. Bonfire consumed by water events. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do instead. Pippins. When a Pippin is born, it becomes an adult after a few days. Pippins are not strong or disciplined enough to work, so they just play around the house all day. Remember to feed them too, though, as they eat just like adults. Ooh. That's problematic. Because we don't have reliable food right now. What I need to do is make a cabin here to give us access to this berry bush for now. Okay, so yeah, that's how you expand your borders. I would have built more houses sooner if I had understood that. How come we still don't have any seeds? Not sure I understand that, but that's okay. Alright, so unfortunately we're about to run out of food because I didn't know how the game's mechanics operated. If I did, I would have dropped the village around here earlier. But, yeah. So I think this is where we're going to leave off with this one for now. This is dotAGE, the demo for it. I could have played for a little bit longer, but I'm about to run out of food. And yeah, so this village is a fail. I didn't understand how the houses are used to expand the borders of the village, or what the food production chains are. Like, hemp does nothing. You can't plant tomatoes without seeds, which I don't know how to get. Otherwise, I would have focused on getting the chickens instead of the tomato fields earlier, and use the houses to expand to more berry bushes in the early game. Actually, I wouldn't have even placed it over there. I would have placed it over here instead and then expanded to collect all this food over here. But that's how you learn these types of games, is by trial and error, guys. And by no means does that mean I don't like this game. I found it interesting. I don't know if I would recommend it or not, though. I would definitely have to play it more, which I might do in the future. I might do a follow-up video for this one if I end up getting the full game later on, and do a second look where we take a look at more of the game once I understand it better. But that's gonna be it for this one, guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you again next time.